Hey guys, welcome to another video. On this video, I wanted to talk about some of the lessons I've learned and experiences I've had as a college tutor. I've had so many experiences. Some fun ones, some not so fun ones. I'll give you some background before I get started. I was working at Starbucks, I believe my sophomore year of college. I wanted some extra cash or money because it's hard being a college student. There's a lot of bills to pay, food to get, a lot of things. What I did was I was looking for things I could do which were not another fast food job, something more laid back. One of my friends was tutoring for launch. It's a tutoring service from the University of Houston. I thought, whoa, I could do that maybe. I teach my friends for free. At least I could get paid with it. Then I went, okay. I went there. There was an interview. There was talking. And surprisingly, I was like, I got the job. I went, whoa, that was easy. How did that feel? I went, okay. I felt okay. That's when I started working two jobs. I was working 15 hours, I believe, at the tutoring service, and I was working 18 hours at Starbucks. It was really fun times. It was my first semester on campus. I was really excited. So that was the background. There are very important 4 lessons I learned as a college tutor. So let's get started on that. The first one is emotional attachment is important. The thing for me on that one is that one was the most different one. I did not think that was so valuable. When I teach so many students, there's so many of them who are rude, do not care, they're just there for the answers, they don't want to learn. I was trying to figure out why is that. And then I realized I'm teaching them for free. I get paid from the university. They have no increased incentive to be nice to me, to us, all the tutors, to actually take initiative. Because they believe they're just here, they want the answers. And I went, whoa, that's so shocking. I did not think that would be something valuable. And that's the biggest difference I see between two students. It's the people that really want to know, really want to learn, and they care about the grade a lot. Either it's their parents that forcing them, or their grades stuff that's really emotional to them. They're working hard. They're finding the answers. They're doing everything. They're trying to learn. But the people that don't have any emotional attachment, they're just there for the answers. And I was so sad because they did not realize that the answer is not going to help. It's the problem that's going to help them, not the answer. I can give you the answer right away. I'm good at the subject I teach, obviously. But is that something you want to do? When it's time for the exam, you're screwed. That's one of the biggest ones. The second lesson I learned was perception shapes reality. I'll continue from the story. There's so many students with so many different personalities. And some of them are mean, rude. They scream sometimes. It's really sad to see how many tutors get mistreated. Suddenly one day, I sat there and was thinking, I have barely had one person be rude to me. Maybe 2 people in my whole year and a half of teaching. Then I was like, whoa. It clicked in my brain. I went, it's because I'm perceived differently. I'm perceived as someone who is a little scary, who doesn't take anything against me. If you're rude to me, I'm going to be rude back. I realized that was the perception I had. I was happy. I went, At least people are not mean to me. That's when I slowly started noticing. Do y'all know the thing when something clicks and then you start noticing simple things? It's the same example if your friend tells you, "Oh, our really close friend doesn't like sharing or eats really slow." Every time you're in that scenario, now that comes in your head, you go, "That's true. He's not sharing or he eats really slowly." Same with me. I started realizing there's some students I've had that are rude and mean to someone, but when they're with me, it's they're not nice, but they're mellowed down. They realize that they can't be that mean. I'm someone who takes zero crap. Zero. That was really shocking to me. I didn't realize the perception I had. That changed reality. I'm not really mean. I'm pretty happy-go-lucky. But the thing that I saw was amazing. All these rude kids were always around shy teachers or tutors that didn't have a really big personality. And that's not just me. There were some multiple tutors who that they're not gonna sit there and just take it. They're just gonna tell you to leave or just not teach you. And those people never had people that are rude, mean, screaming. That made me think, that's amazing. If you could change the way you're perceived, that's the way people are going to treat you. And you could relate that to, for me, if I want to look a part, I have to be perceived that part. That's why you see so many people. When you walk outside, you can spot someone that has great confidence. You think they do. You don't actually know if they have confidence or not because they're broader shoulders, they stand straight, they have a nice smile. And I went, dang, these things are amazing. Perception can shape the way you think of people. In reverse, you can shape yourself to be perceived a certain way. Reverse engineer that. And that was amazing for me. Because now I look into my life and I go, what are things I can change so that people perceive me a different way? That could be clothes, shoes, walk, anything. What is it? And that got me thinking. It was very valuable for me for those parts. The lesson 3. This one's the most important for me. And I believe for tutoring, for any job, full-time, anything. Turning work into play. This was absolutely critical why I stayed there for almost 2 years. I loved going to work most days. I was sleep deprived. I was pulling all-nighters. But I loved going to work. One, I started talking to every single tutor. I talked about themselves. I cracked jokes. I asked them how their day is going. I started realizing what are the things that they find funny. Because I can crack jokes on anything. If I am not making you laugh, I'm not using most of my personality. And that was so amazing. Every time. It's not the same tutors. We have a lot of tutors. They are on different days. I used to work Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Those days, there used to be very different people at different times. I'm always trying to talk to people. I don't want to be the guy sitting there alone. If I've no one to teach, you could obviously do your homework during that time. And I did some of my homework. When I was done, that's the time. I'm talking to people. I'm making friends. I want to know more. I want to have fun when I go there. I loved my time there. I believe that's very important for people. I spent 15 hours of my time at that job. Most people spend 40 hours a week in a job. Obviously, you want to like the people. You want to know the people. You're not just there to finish work and leave. You're communicating, you're having fun. I crack jokes, I play games. And that goes also with tutors. I'm at people I'm teaching. I loved talking to them. I talked about, oh, what parties are you going to? What are you doing now? How do you feel living on campus, off campus? How's your major? Knowing more and more about them. I've had some crazy talks with some of these people. I've had somebody scream at a party. They're screaming, my Calculus 1 professor, my Calculus 1 professor. I know that's me. And I go, I have no clue who that is. They're screaming from one end to the other. I've met multiple people at parties who I teach or people I've talked to. It was so much fun talking to people, my coworkers, people I'm teaching. This allows us to have more fun. A bonus point related to this is never be shy of showing your personality. Your personality makes you authentic. I have had so many students that only want to get tutored by me, that only want me as their tutor, teaching them for 2-3 hours. I've had some people say that I'm okay with you dividing half your time because I'm tutoring someone. I'm tutoring 2-3 people together because they only want to get studied by me or taught by me. That's really valuable. I still keep in contact with some of them after I have finished my tutoring position. Tip 4, and I believe this is one of the biggest reasons why I never got fired. Excellent work is underrated. What I mean by that is I'm going to my job when I'm tutoring, I'm going hungover. I'm going sleep deprived. I'm going after pulling all-nighters. I am either partying, hanging out with my friends till 5, 6, 7 a.m. And I get 3 to 4 hours of sleep maybe. And when I wake up, I go, now I need to run. And I'm running. I'm running with the most possible can. And initially I used to get scared. I felt, are they going to fire me? Am I going to get screamed at? I'm logging in maybe 5-10 minutes late every single time. I'm also, as I told you before, I talk a lot. I'm disturbing some tutors or teachers every single time. But I never got yelled at except very few times I got yelled at. I've had people on semesterly reviews. My boss used to tell me every semester for 3 semesters in a row, these are the things you need to improve. As always, showing up on time and not disturbing people. But the reason why I was never screamed at was because I was so dang good at my job. And I don't mean to boast. I mean, I already knew the material. But I always helped students. I never had a student not like me. I always have these students that always want me as their tutor. I also teach very small-sized courses, meaning I'm teaching courses where I'm the only tutor for 3-4 courses. If they let me go, they cannot tutor those 4 courses. Then lastly, whenever I saw people struggle, for example, I do not teach pre-calculus. On a pre-calculus exam, a day before the exam or the day of the exam, there are, I'm not going to lie, 13, 14 people lined up. There are 3 tutors. They're all teaching one at a time. It's hard for them to finish the whole line. I have no one. What do? I know I can teach the class, but the thing is, in our tutoring center, you have to take the class beforehand before you can teach it. I never took pre-calculus in college. I took it in high school. That's why I can't officially teach the class on the website, but I can take the students. I took 5, 6 students in a room, started teaching them. This one lowered the burden for the other tutors who have to teach one student really quickly. Second, it showed I take initiative. I'm taking initiative where I could sit and watch games. I could sit and do my homework. But I'm taking initiative. I know that these things I'm doing that I don't have to do allow me to get rewards when I'm late, when I am disturbing other students. It's really helpful that way. That's when I learned excellent work is so underrated because I barely got screamed at for all the things I did. I did a lot of wrong things. But the initiative I took and the things I did were so valuable that it didn't get unnoticed and didn't get overlooked. I'll give you all a story. It's really close to my heart why these lessons are so valuable. It was on my second semester while I was tutoring. I remember I went to Rice Village. It's a place in Houston. And my car got broken into. I lost my laptop, my notes, everything. Okay, it is my fault for keeping my bag in my car. That's dumb for me, and I don't do that anymore. But it was so heartbreaking seeing my car glass broken, my bag being taken away, my laptop. And it was just before spring break. That means there are finals coming up the second day. After spring break. I'm sitting there going, I don't have enough money to afford laptops, a new laptop. I have to fix my car glass, buy a charger, buy notes, and I sit there go, what can I do? And then I go, whoa, there's GoFundMe, and I could start up my own GoFundMe account. That's when it switched. I went from sad to excited. I went, okay, how can I get the most money for my GoFundMe? So I set up my GoFundMe, took pictures of my broken glass. In the morning, I was sleep deprived because I'll give you a little backstory of the car. My sister and her best friend both lost their stuff. He lost his car keys, so he can't go home. So me and my sister are driving our car with a broken glass through the highway to drop him home. After that, we come back. It's 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I wake up at 9:45 because I have work at 10. I can't skip work. I need money. I go there and I've already emailed all my professors, my boss, and I go, I'm sleep deprived. I'm sad. Life is at a low. But I created a sheet for GoFundMe and I kept it near my desk where I was tutoring. And I thought, I'll have some students that like me, and they'll give me some money. But that didn't happen. What was shocking was I left it there, and somebody asked me, what is that? I went, my car got broken into, and I lost my laptop. And they could see that I was actually really sad. And my life changed. All of them, there were I think 10 of them, or 8 of them. They started sending me money on GoFundMe, $20, $15, $25, $10, any amount. Any amount is more than anything. And then something unbelievable happened. Absolutely unbelievable. I see a thing, and it was one of the tutors. He said, I sent you money. And I went, thank you. And I see, it's $100. You're telling me there's another tutor here who's sending me $100. I was so excited. I went, thank you so much. That's when I realized that these lessons are so valuable. They perceived me as a friend. I always spoke to them, always made them laugh. They saw that I was in real pain. And that allowed me to get $200 to $300 just from that 2 hours of tutoring on my GoFundMe. And that was so valuable because all these people are so close to my heart that they cared about me. And they were able to see that You help people in need. That's true. And there's so many people that do that. But there's the other half that only will give you something when they care about you. And that's only going to happen when you lift their emotions, when you make them laugh, when you make them feel happy, when you let them talk to you. All these lessons have helped me. And this story is just a small implication of what these lessons can do. Thank you so much for watching. And please watch another video that I'm going to do on the craziest experiences I've had as a tutor. I've had a lot of them, and I need a separate video for that. And also watch the last video I've posted on investing in yourself. Thank you so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.